Hey, welcome back. God, we are so grateful for another opportunity to do this. May your name be praised and glorified. Okay, so we are continuing the nuggets that we are taking from my daily devotion. And today we are looking at bitter versus better. So bitter versus better. And there's a quotation from Colossians 3, verse 21. It says, do not embitter your children. Do not embitter your children. And parents, we do embitter our children in a lot of ways, in a ways that will embitter them. So we have to also watch our behaviors. We have to also watch our attitude towards our children in the way that we parent and nurture them. So today we are looking at bitter versus better, so you don't confuse it. So bitter versus better. What is bitterness? It is strong resentment or cynicism. How do parents create bitterness in their children? Consider the following triggers. Inconsistency. Yes. This happens when you are autocratic and authoritarian one day and permissive the next. What brought a strong rebuke today brings a smile of leniency tomorrow. So your child never knows what to expect. So when you're inconsistent, all that is saying is when you're inconsistent, your child does not know what to expect. So because they don't know what to expect, they become anxious. They can't read you. They become anxious and they don't know what you're doing to. And that will embitter them. That's what it's saying. Point number 2 says moodiness. Today you are fun and enjoyable to be with. Tomorrow you are irritable and distant. Take note. It says moodiness. Today you are fun and enjoyable to be with. Tomorrow you are irritable and distant. That's very confusing for your children. And you have to take a grip of this. And I like the way that it's dealing with this. This is looking at you as the parent, not your child per se. It's talking about how your behavior, how the way you're nurturing, it's impacting on your child. And so it calls for us to look at ourselves and do some work with ourselves and sort ourselves out. This is what it's doing. Okay, so third one, it says unreasonableness. There is no room for discussion, no opportunity for children to explore their feelings. Just do as I say because I say it. So the kid is never given the chance to think through the reasoning process. There you go. It says you become so unreasonable as a parent that you don't allow your children to participate in whatever is going on. You don't give them the opportunity to also share their feelings and thoughts, whatever is going on. And so you just command them. I'm the parent. I'm the adult here. I pay the rent. I pay this. I put roof over your head. So you do as I say in this house. And when you do that, your children see you as unreasonable, and that will lead to embitterness. The fourth one is abusive behavior. It might be physical or emotional. So the emotional one is about physical abuse. We know what physical abuse is. Hitting, pushing, punching, all those things are physical abuse. But then it talks about emotional abuse. And I want to give an example of a particular emotional. It says, withholding your love, the silent treatment, that is emotional abuse. And I will say this, it's not only just towards children, sometimes even towards parents, between the spouses, with your spouse, you see a husband giving a wife silent treatment or a wife giving the husband silent treatment. That is emotional abuse. So if you did not know that before, you do know now. Withholding your love and the silent treatment, that is emotional abuse. Or it might be verbal, yelling, using words that wound. Verbal abuse, like verbal yelling. And I think, like I said, I think I have done a video before in the past about watering your child. The words that you use, the words are powerful. So be careful the words that you use. And again, when your child's love language is words of affirmation, you yelling and you screaming and you insulting them rips them off of that love. And it goes really to the core. When you use, very harsh and bitter words on a child, even on anyone, on any person, it goes deep to the core. Failing to walk your talk. Oh, that's a good one. Failing to walk your talk. He says, Saying one thing but doing another. I think I talk about this a lot. Saying one thing but you do another. You say you want your child, especially for a typical example, you don't want your child to lie, and yet all your behavior, your lifestyle is you cheat and you lie around your child. That's what your life is. You cheat and you lie, and yet you want your child to be honest. That doesn't happen. So that will also embitter your children. He says, if you profess certain beliefs but don't practice them, you expect your kids to be respectful while you display disrespect to others. You want your child to be respectful, and yet in your home, you and your wife, you and your husband, you are disrespectful to one another. That will just embitter your children. You expect honesty from your children, but they see you cheat and lie your way through life. Children are keen observers. Children are keen observers. They take particular attention to what you do more than what you say. They may not say anything, but not much that you do escape their attention. They might not say anything, but not much of what you do escape their attention. They notice everything. So sometimes I find it very interesting when parents tell me, oh, my child is still small, they don't see this. They are seeing everything. They are watching everything. They might not come to you and say anything, but they see it all. So don't deceive yourself. They see it all. They see your inconsistency when what you say doesn't line up with what you do. All of these behaviors can make them resentful. Yes, all of these behaviors that we've talked about can make them resentful. So do not embitter your children. Don't set them up to become discouraged. Let me take that again. It says, do not embitter your children and don't set them up to become discouraged. All these behaviors that we are talking about, that is you. It's not on your child, it's you. It's you to be mindful of your behavior. It's you to change your attitudes and your belief and grow yourself in a way that you become a positive parent, a positive nurturer, so that you impart on your children like that. Do not embitter your children. Always remember, love is patient, love is kind.